If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. Happy Devil's Friday. This is the Morning Woo. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Wow. Wow. Does it feel good right now to be a New Jersey Devils fan? 6-game heater going to tonight's game at the Prudential Center against the San Jose Sharks, who, by the way, beat the New York Rangers in overtime 6-5 at Madison Square Garden last night. San Jose Sharks going to be playing on the second half of a back-to-back, playing your New Jersey Devils, which are the hottest team in the NHL right now. So hot, led by Jack Hughes, because Jack Hughes is on fire. I hope you like the new hit song that I created the other day, Jack Hughes on Fire. We will be playing that on the big stage tonight outside of American Whiskey right before Game Day Live. You know how we do the Game Day Live, the bumper? Well, we're going to play the Jack Hughes on Fire song, which has gotten rave reviews. I mean, Nick Villano heard it last night after the State of the Fan address when we had Sam Kassan on. Great interview. If you haven't heard it yet, listen to it. He gave us some extra time and explaining a lot of things that go behind the scenes and his thoughts about the New Jersey Devils. And Sam Kassan, good friend of the podcast. That was a great interview that Nick Villano did. State of the Fan address. Yeah, check it out when you can. I see people filing in the YouTube Live. Good morning. Woo. At RFMUL Jr. Anthony LaPena. Morning, Sam. Happy Devil's Friday. Well, happy Devil's Friday to you and Tori and family. Celebrini with the OT winner. Yup, Macklin Celebrini getting his team, the San Jose Sharks, that extra point, getting 2 points. Rangers getting 1. Happy Devil's Friday to you, Tom. He will be there, as usual. Anthony LaPena is loving this streak. The 6-game heater that the Devils are on. But tonight is going to be a different one. A different game. It's a trap game, folks. And the Rangers fell into the trap last night. They're finally scoring goals at Madison Square Garden, only for them to lose in overtime and just get one measly point against one of the worst teams in the NHL that's currently rebuilding. But you got to be careful about these rebuilding teams because they have nothing to lose. And they've got a lot of young offensive talent like Macklin Celebrini, who scored the game-winning goal. So the Devils actually, they should beat the San Jose Sharks? Should. But the Devils need to have the mindset going into this game of playing great defense, because San Jose can put up goals like they did to the New York Rangers last night. They can put up goals on any given night. So you're still going to have to play good defense. You're still going to have to kill off penalties. You're going to still have to play smart hockey like you have since the start of the season. This team is not going to just let you walk over them. They're trying to make a name for themselves, a lot of these young players. And when you're hungry like that and your back's to the wall, and if the Devils come out sleepwalking, the Sharks are gonna bite you. And the Devils have to keep playing the same game that they have been when they were on the 6-game heater. Right now, they own 21 consecutive successful penalty kills. That's one of the biggest reasons why the New Jersey Devils are where they are right now. They're on top of the league. And they can get these 2 points tonight. 6 regulation wins. How about make it 7 against the San Jose Sharks? Anthony LaPena says, Devils absolutely can't sleep on the Sharks. Don't get cocky. And that's where teams fail, is when you get complacent, when you get cocky, when you feel entitled. Right now, the Devils are completely opposite of that right now. They're playing great hockey right now. They're playing as a team, the team concept. And Nick Villano of pucksandpitchforks.com kind of alluded to this yesterday on the State of the Fan address, that Dougie Hamilton has only scored 1 goal, and that was on opening night. But defensively, he's gotten much better this year. And is he like kind of doing what Scott Stevens did years ago? If you don't remember, Scott Stevens was an offensive defenseman. Then in comes Jacques Lemaire. And somewhere down the line in the mid-90s, Scott Stevens changed his game to be primarily an impactful shutdown defenseman. He shut down top lines of the National Hockey League. A lot of Hall of Famers he had to go up against. And the Devils, and he led the Devils to 3 Stanley Cups. But right now, the New Jersey Devils are looking pretty good. We'll find out more mid-morning about Cody Glass. We talked to Sam Kassan about it. Again, speculating that I think he's going to be fine. But we'll find out. We'll find out about Cody Glass. But Stefan Nason's back, which is great. I think it adds depth, more depth. And the team's just simply playing well. Danonoff's out. Palat's contributing. Maybe not on the score sheet, but he is contributing. He's playing some big minutes. Happy Devils Friday to you, Ted. But last night, speaking to Sam Kassan, he gave so much insight, like what goes on behind the scenes. One of the things that he was mentioning was Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt's work ethic. Kind of like they're the last ones, the first ones on the ice and the last ones off the ice. and the attention to detail. It was very like Peyton Manning-esque or Tom Brady, where when the cameras aren't rolling and behind the scenes, they're the gym rats, still trying to perfect their game and their craft when no one's looking. And both Bratt and Jack Hughes, are like the four pillars of the team. The core four of Meyer, Bratt, Hughes, and Heischer. That is very encouraging. And that's why Jack Hughes is on fire. Because the attention to details, the work ethic, wanting to win, the will to win, is going to make this Devils team successful. We're only 7 games in right now. I hope they can sustain this. We even talked about last night about what makes this Devils team different. It's the defense. They made the changes in the offseason, and they were very subtle changes. They weren't big name splashes. Getting downtown Connor Brown for the bottom 6, his speed is very, very noticeable. Getting Dadonov, and we haven't seen the fruits of getting Dadonov, but I think Dadonov will be a great contributor once he comes back from his injury. Arseny Gricic, the rookie, he is making smart plays. His hockey IQ is a lot more than what we give him credit for. So far, so good. And the way the Devils are playing right now, it's sustainable. Sustainable. You're not going 120 miles an hour, foot on the pedal every night, like how they were with Lindy Ruff, under Lindy Ruff. Believe me, that style is exciting, but I think winning and dominating is more exciting than that freewheeling hockey that we were so used to seeing under Lindy Ruff. Sheldon Keefe's system is starting to work. Brad Shaw, you could see the difference between last year and this year. Defense is back in New Jersey. Team defense. And you also notice that the Devils aren't exerting or overcommitting and overextending themselves on the ice. Also, Paul Cotter, bottom 6. Cody Glass, bottom 6. They're playing very well right now. Glenn Denning. Love watching Glenn Denning on faceoffs. Don't know why, but I do. I would even ask Hallinan, add in Hallinan in that mix. You do need some fists. But yeah, it was a pleasure to watch the Devils on Wednesday night when they beat the Wild. They just systematically beat the Minnesota Wild. And Minnesota Wild is a decent team. They've got some good players. Gustafsson is a great goalie. He kept them in. I mean, the score could have been a lot worse for the Minnesota Wild. But I hope the Devils take this mindset, confidence, and mentality and beat the San Jose Sharks. Because if they don't, you lose a lot of that momentum of your 6-game heater that you're currently on. Because if you want to look ahead, you've got the Colorado Avalanche coming in on a Sunday matinee game at the Rock, and then out in Colorado the following Tuesday. You got to maintain that mentality and not take the San Jose Sharks lightly. They can put up goals. They're in rebuild. And you can't get down on yourself if you're down in this game. That's why we call it a trap game, folks. It's a trap game. And it's no disrespect to the San Jose Sharks when I say this. They're in the middle of a rebuild. But like as you saw last night, they beat the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden 6-5. They scored 6 goals. They can score goals. Chris Ladd says, got to be very careful today. Celebrini is a dangerous player. He showed Laugh what a real number 1 pick looks like. Yeah. Drafted by the San Jose Sharks, first overall. He's looking very good. Celebrini. Speaking of which, Logan Cooley of the Utah Mammoths, hat trick last night. And I love Logan Cooley from day one. I wanted the Devils to draft Logan Cooley to have this. My vision of that why is to have Hughes, Heischer, and Cooley down the middle for the next decade. But it didn't happen. Devils had other plans. Drafting Shimon Nemitz, who I want to, he should have a hat trick today. I don't know, but just kidding around. But man, what could have been had the Devils drafted Logan Cooley? What could have been? Even when Jack Hughes went down last season, you would have had a Logan Cooley take his place. Just food for thought, but I shouldn't dwell on it because Nemitz is starting to really come into his own. Let's see here. At Superstar Wars Nerd 13. Good morning, Sam. I'm thinking about going to the game tonight, but scared about being a trap game. Well, like I said about the Devils, they got to have that mentality going into this game like they'd have during the 6-game heater. And you, the fan, Star Wars Nerd 13, you should have the same mentality as a fan. No let up. Don't be scared. Go to the game. That's my advice to you. Go to the game. We cannot take these 2 points for granted. Both the players and the fans. We're all in it together. So I suggest you go to the game. And if you do go to the game, go to American Whiskey for pregame and postgame, because we'll be there, Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. The big stage will be out on Edison Place, and we're also going to blast Jack Hughes on fire in the middle of the big stage before Game Day Live. The newest hit created by the Let's Go Devils podcast. Anthony LePenna agrees with me. It's a damn shame the Devils didn't take Cooley. Again, it is a little bit outside the box thinking, because the way I looked at it was 3 centers down the middle for the next 10 years versus a Nemitz Luke Hughes pairing for the next 10 years. Nick Villano talked about this even before they drafted Nemitz, that could be a possibility. And look, I'm a defense-first guy. I am. But to have 3 superstars down the middle like that reminded me of when Pittsburgh Penguins had Malkin, Crosby, and Jordan Staal down the middle in the early days of that Penguins team. That got them the Stanley Cup very early. Very early when Sidney Crosby was probably third or fourth year in the league. Chris Ladd says the only issue with Cooley is that you really want some talented being stuck on the third line, or would you move Nico down? I don't look at it as the third line being a checking line. I look at it as, again, it's outside the box thinking, Chris Ladd, and you do make a good point, but traditionally the third line is the checking line. I look at it as a 1A, 1B, and 1C lines, and you're rolling 3 first liners all the time. Nico Hischier is special because he is a Selke Trophy candidate every year. And he adds a lot of offense as well. Even Jack Hughes, and again, it was interesting that when Nick Villano last night saying that Jack Hughes is great defensively. And I thought to myself, he does take a lot of risks and has a lot of giveaways. But defensively, especially this season, he's been solid. He's a different type of player defensively than Nico Hischier. Jack Hughes loves to pick pockets. He's, I used to say this a few years ago. He's like a thief out there. He could really get you. But to roll 3 lines like that, where you have 3 legitimate all-stars as your centerman, and also remember, if the Devils had Logan Cooley last season, they could have easily moved him up to the top 6 when Jack Hughes got hurt. Or if Nico Hischier ever gets hurt, you can move Logan Cooley to that spot. And that was the mindset that I was thinking, Meadowlander said, we were desperate for defense when we picked Nemitz. Revisionist history. I was looking at it from, you draft the best available player. I wasn't looking for your needs in that draft. We forget that Seamus Casey and Ethan Edwards are in the Devils' pipeline. And we also have Silyev that the Devils had drafted 10th overall, a monster Russian prospect. And there's only 6 spots in the starting lineup on defense, maybe 7. And also, just remember, to add to that, you can never get enough defensemen. You constantly need to have them. I mean, right now the Devils have Kovacevic on IR. Brendan Dillon has his surgery, and could that have made him a better player? He has two goals. He's on a 2-game heater with scoring goals. You still have Dougie Hamilton under contract. You have Luke Hughes long term. Jonas Siegenthaler is a shutdown machine. Brett Pesce, he's a hitting machine. He can throw his weight around. But Shimon Nemitz, in that first round against the Carolina Hurricanes, he showed up. and he's definitely improved. So I'm going to tone down the rhetoric. But boy, when you see Logan Cooley scoring hat tricks, I should mention that. Chris Lass says the ones who should be upset the most or for not taking Cooley is the Habs for taking Slav over him. I thought Slavkovsky was a little overrated. That was my opinion at the time. I know Scotty wanted the beefalytics. He wanted the size because you can't teach size. But Logan Cooley, I thought, was the best player in the draft. That was just my opinion. And it's debatable. I'm not saying I'm the end-all, be-all. But, you know, there was a consensus Shane Wright was, and then his stock dropped. Again, it was kind of hard because you're coming out of COVID. You know, scouting is a little suspect because a lot of it was done by video. But I thought Logan Cooley was the best in the draft, and he's playing amazing. And what I love about him, he's like a mini Jack Hughes, and he went to the U.S. development team. Like Jack, it would have been great if the Devils had gotten Logan Cooley. That's all I'm saying. But as of now, I'm happy with Nemitz. Happy Devils Friday to you. Oh, my goodness. Talking a little Devils hockey. Ted saying the Devils are playing with beefalytics. They are. They definitely are. All right, we're going to get out of here. There may be a Woo report midday. Find out what's going on with Cody Glass. It'll be a short Woo report. I'll be down at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center in beautiful downtown Newark, for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Big stage out. Tonight, we're going to be playing some music. We're going to play Jack Hughes on Fire. We're going to have a great time. Max, happy Devils Friday to you. Yeah, it's a happy Devils Friday. I'll see you tonight, Tom. So come stop by. Shorts guy Nick Villano will be down on the big stage. Still trying to line up a guest. We haven't had any confirmations yet. Not sure what's going on, but when we know, you'll know. All right. Well, it's that time of the podcast. You're probably sitting in your car right now. Thank God it's Friday. And you want to skip out of work early, like me, and just go to the game, hang out at the bar. I hang out at American Whiskey. I get there early so I can prep the big stage, which is probably the fastest setup in sports. I only have an hour to set up that entire set. Shorts guy will be there. But the ceremonial sip, I was told by Durango Steve, not the Gatorade, get a coffee mug. All right, well, I got a coffee mug right here. Also, I'm working on merch as well. So, I'm sure we're going to have Morning Woo coffee cups coming soon to help support this wonderful programming. But hold your mugs high and just remember, you're on a 6-game heater and you're looking to harpoon the San Jose Sharks tonight. Taking a sip right now. Woo! That feels good. Well, getting out of here. Till next time, let's go Devils.